Okay, good evening, everyone. I am DJ Squirrel. Hello. You know what? I'm not even going to do intros because there's only freaking.
Are we not important enough?
No, we are not important enough tonight.
That just
we
means
just
that
are.
you have less work for
No one's important.
Squirrel, if there's less people, it just means you have less work to do for your intro.
But I know, but there's all 11 people. You probably know who we all freaking are.
Yes, but tell it for the
one
person who doesn't.
You have to remember. You have to remember, though.
Welcome to the show with the host doesn't care.
You have to remember that today is the autumnal equinox, and as such, you know, the leaves on the tree are changing, and Squirrel's
and they're
been
falling
busy
off because of
gathering his
ponies
nuts.
running.
I'm trying to gather my nuts for the winter, and I even haven't done half the work because I've been too busy running around defending my tree.
You know what? You have no more room for these nuts, man.
Because everyone else wants my nuts, and I don't want to give them nuts unless they're hot. So no nuts for them.
No, Squirrel's
hi,
just been giving them for me to hold on to.
Hello.
So we have with us, you know what? Screw it. Grizzly, hello. Zai, Cutie, myself, Stormspark, rare, Fangirl.
I've been on for 5 minutes and you haven't acknowledged me once.
Because you haven't said anything.
Did I have to?
Because she's still preening her mane.
Jesus Christ.
And we're going to have Greymane on with us here in a bit, because god damn it, I want Greymane on here with us. Yay!
Can we just do a shit show then, since you're in a blah mood?
Well, let's get through the news.
Let me do my job first.
Let Trey do his job. Let's talk about the 3 things I want to talk about.
Ermagerd is true.
And then we'll fucking do whatever else later.
Right.
Oh my god.
It's funny that you guys mentioned that it's the autumnal equinox, or however the fuck you say it. Because, right off the bat, Fanny, cover your ears. This is NSF Fanny material.
I don't give a shit anymore.
The coming of the autumnal equinox is, of course, Sunset Day for Equestria Daily.
Oh, that's cool.
As such, you can find all sorts of stuff on there relating to the almighty Bacon Maid, including a YouTube video that Wubcake made, an animated video about me. And going on the same thread, there are more obligatory shorts uploaded to apparently the Disco Fam app, as it's called on Equestria Daily. I'm assuming that's the Discovery Family app. So if you got the Discovery Family app, you can download the 2 new shorts, Good Vibes, and I swear I'm not making this name up, Coinky Dink World.
What?
Coinky Dink.
That sounds like a terrible name of a amusement
It is
park.
a terrible name.
Coinky Dink World.
Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay.
Never heard of Coinky Dink?
Yeah, you've never heard that? I thought I didn't know what you were
I'm
trying to
not
say.
that coincidental.
All I can say is that the episode features the main
universe
6
is
doing...
really so lazy.
Again, all I can say is that it basically features the Humane 5, Sunset, and Sci-Twi doing the jobs that have been advertised on their toys. You know, the sushi shop, the sports store, the smoothie shop, and whatever Pinky's doing. Sorry, my brain just kind of derped there.
We never know what Pinky's doing.
And on the subject of Equestria Girls, allow me to shamelessly plug myself as per the norm. For all 0.5 of you, yes, there is half a person in existence. The 1/2 of you that is subscribed to Ramon or Rambles and Mumbles of a Nerd, I have yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever, I finished my review of Rainbow Rocks.
Yay.
I watched it.
Yay.
It was good.
Yes.
I enjoyed it, yes.
Yes, as you can see here, I've got the stamp of quality from my crew here, because honestly, I actually had fun with Rainbow Rocks. No joke, no exaggeration, no lie.
Oh, I believe you. I like the movie.
And if you want to know why, then you're going to have to go onto my YouTube channel or my VidMe channel. Because, yes, I now made a VidMe, just in case YouTube implodes on itself.
Smart
Anyway,
choice.
back to the actual news.
I think it already is, Trey.
Back to the actual news. We have some spoilers for the Season 7 finale, because the synopses showed up.
Oh?
Yep. What's it?
I'd rather
here
not
it is.
listen.
Well, then don't. We have the synopses for Shadowplay Parts 1 and 2, premiering on October 28th. They are apparently going to feature someone we have always wanted to see outside of the comic books, Star Swirl the Bearded.
Contain your fangasm.
Contain your fangasm.
Ugh, too late.
Oh.
QD, seriously.
And apparently they're going to be linked to the Legends of Magic comic, because apparently Legends of Magic number 9 will be a Season 7 finale tie-in. And the synopsis for that comic is as follows. Tensions between new allies could unravel the great quest before it begins. So, who knows? Maybe the end of the comic will link to the beginning of Shadowplay or whatever the finale was called. Yeah, Shadowplay, that's... Speaking of comics, Friendship is Magic number 61 has been revealed, the synopsis writer and whatever. And already I'm interested because one of the covers features basically all of the dignitaries from each and every one of the civilizations of Equestria going to a convention. Like you got Cat King, Ember, Celestia, the Deer King, the Griffin royalty, a sea pony from the movie, and a breezy.
I'm curious how the sea pony's going to go to it. Just going to go around in a big aquarium?
No, they're gonna transform back into the freaking whatever hippogriff form that they had.
Well, that's kind of boring.
Or do what the sirens do and just float around without water. Because apparently that's how it works.
Although
represented,
them wheeling around in a little aquarium would be just hilarious as hell.
Did you just say wheeling a wound?
Wheeling a wound.
Yes, he did.
I'm hunting rabbits, okay? I am a squirrel.
Marriage is what brings us together today.
Nice shooting, Elmer Fudd. Anyway,
What?
representatives of ponies, griffins, buffaloes, changelings, what? Oh, right, thorax, dragons, and more meet to discuss the future of the land. But what happens when a sudden discovery threatens to redraw the map of Equestria?
A sudden discovery.
Oh no, the Western Imperial powers have come together, haven't they?
Celestia spilled cake on the map.
And the East is responding by taking our comics.
Okay then.
That is not a terrible racist joke. That is actually a fact. My Little Pony comic is being released in Japan. So now, our IDW comics will now be over in Japan. Or maybe this is a new comic. Let's see. The manga released ages ago, back in 2014, and was largely taken over by small fan groups creating offshoots. But now IDW comics are getting a translated release in Japan as well. So it is IDW. Yay for them.
Good for them.
Back in America, we got the 3-page preview of My Little Pony number 59. The one where Pinkie tries to force her pie on Rainbow Dash. I just realized how wrong that sounded.
Oh,
That sounds
Well,
absolutely...
it actually sounds accurate.
No, it sounds like an arrestable offense.
Yeah.
Count me
For
not
those
surprised.
For those of you who don't remember what the synopsis for this comic was, allow me to tell you. Pinkie Pie discovers that Rainbow Dash does not like pie and will basically be trying to give her pie for most of this comic.
So it's nothing more than... So it's either like green eggs and ham, or it's going to be something that you wish was on Pornhub.
Or it'll be akin to Party of One.
Probably. Like, I think the Sarah Richard cover pretty much speaks for itself. Just Rainbow Dash in the middle of a pile of pies with Pinkie just being like, "Here, taste it."
Are you sure this isn't
Pornhub.
Some sort of subtext, or
I wouldn't be surprised.
This is a difficult comic to talk about.
'Cause
Anyway,
we never have subtext in MLP. Never.
What is this subtext house speak stuff?
Meanwhile, in terms of less visual books, 2 new Equestria Girls books, Rainbow Brings the Blitz and Twilight's Science Fair Sparks. There are apparently some new books that are going to be released in 2018.
I just thought of a horrible, horrible joke about Blitz.
Oh no, please, go ahead.
More. No, I'm not gonna.
It's never stopped you before.
Nope.
he has a point.
So,
Speaking of things we can't stop, how about that sneak peek from America's Got Talent? I have not watched it, but if you guys want to, it's on YouTube. As well as Sia's rainbow video, which actually broke 1 million views and is still going
really?
strong.
I saw a bit of that, but it didn't have the whole thing, I don't think.
here's the problem with that music video. They way overspoiled the movie with that. Because they pretty much show the ending of the movie.
Really? Damn.
Yes, they
Well,
do.
it's that big of a surprise what the ending's gonna be.
No, but I mean, they show a pretty big, giant...
A chunk of it, like how it's gonna end.
Well, they basically show Tempest and Twilight, and I don't want to say anymore.
Yeah, nothing more.
Shows the
Oh,
final
really?
fight.
I didn't see up to that point.
Neither
Okay,
have
that's a
I. I
spoiler.
haven't seen the video.
Speaking of things possibly full of spoilers, the
Spoilers
My
should
Little
not do
Pony the
anything.
movie original soundtrack has been released and is also
Yes.
up on YouTube mostly.
If you're okay with well, not really so much spoilers, I guess, but just like, you know, it's part of the experience. If you're okay with
Yeah.
sort of having that now as opposed to saving it all for when you actually watch the movie, the music is pretty awesome.
Here's the thing, though. Like most movie soundtracks for kids, there's honestly only going to be about 5 songs in the actual movie. The rest of the songs in the soundtrack, there's 13 tracks. Only 5 of them are made by Daniel Ingram. The rest are mostly just pop tracks.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of end credit songs,
Covers.
like you can tell that's what they're going to be used for.
Although, I had to laugh because the very last track, is sung by Lucas Nelson,
Who is that?
who is
That
Willie
is?
Nelson's son.
Really?
Yes. So
I
Just
didn't
like that, Zaya sitting in his chair like, who?
we get a Willie Nelson
Literally.
track, pretty much for the most part.
Well, I don't think his father's gonna sing. That's the case.
But
Moving
it's just sorry, one more thing. It's just interesting just because it sounds so out
On
of place
again.
with every other song in the soundtrack.
Alright then. Moving
I'll shut
swiftly onwards. Build-A-Bear plushie lineup for the MLP movie now in stores. We have a gallery
Yay.
of Songbird.
I saw in my store the other day they had the Sea Pony ones, but they didn't have Songbird Serenade yet, which is unfortunate. So I wanted to get it.
I want plushies.
You want
Songbird's
plush?
cute.
Well, you can get Sia, Songbird, obviously, and you can also get Rainbow Dash, Pinky, and Twilight in their dresses, as well as
And
Tempest Shadow.
The Pinky, Rainbow, and Twilight are sparkly. They're sparkly fair.
So if you want an evil plushie, you can go to Build-A-Bear and find a
Evil
Tempest
plushie.
Shadow.
As opposed to the original way you get an evil plushie.
Just doing some kind of
You
curse
get
ritual.
sell your
Size
soul to Tartarus and
Yes.
create or invoke some sort of curse upon a small, inoffensive
Yes.
creature.
And make sure to give it a tiny knife. That's the
Also,
important step.
you could just go to a mysterious barter man in a faraway land who will also
Does
give
it
you
come with a monkey paw
Froyo that is
discount?
cursed.
Bundle, I mean. They come with a monkey paw bundle.
He also sells cursed Froyo. Or Frogurt, as he calls it.
Oh, that's bad.
Moving swiftly onwards into the realm of a moment in merch. HasCon exclusives added to Hasbro Toy Shop. So if you guys want to get that originally HasCon exclusive Dungeons and Dragons MLP dice, you go and get it. It's for $20.
Ooh.
It's not that bad for pink dice.
Let me see.
And I imagine I imagine it's going to be
links,
like a
please?
standard
There,
set
okay.
of D&D dice, like a single D20, single D12, two D10s.
Do you like getting nice
a
D20?
D8, 3D6, and a D4.
Pretty much.
Can't forget the foot.
Where is this linky link?
It's in the news.
No, I'm looking in the news. I mean, like, is it in Concord? No.
Moving
No,
on.
moment in merch.
Oh, merch, right. Oh, you get all the way through. Okay.
This is why I name
That must have been when I went. That must have been when I muted to go spoiler warning, because I was like looking through into little stuff that I didn't recognize, and I was like, okay, that's really got to.
Good job, Tanuki boy.
Well, shush, I didn't want to be spoiled for the synopsis because I want to like fucking see the episodes and be like, woo.
Anyway, you remember the Gameloft game?
Yes.
Apparently, they add augmented reality update.
Oh, jeez.
An
Nice.
AR update?
Really?
For
Yep,
what?
yep.
Hmm.
Apparently, let's see. They are able to project the models from the game into the real world, and it's apparently available for the iOS 11.
Yeah,
That's all for pictures then.
not Android yet, but
Which I won't be upgrading to yet.
mhm.
It's got bugs.
Finally, because movie. And I somehow clicked out of that. The next U.S. Happy Meal toys have been revealed. We got more My Little Pony ties at McDonald's.
I never get those.
You got 4 characters. You got Twilight, Pinky, Dash, Rarity. Sorry, AJ. And
It's a list, you demon.
and for some reason, rather than
Her hat's
actually
too expensive to make.
instead of actually putting AJ, Fluttershy, and I don't know, Tempest Shadow and Sia with the other figures, for some reason they decided to throw in masks instead. They have Twilight, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, and Pinky masks. And here's the weird thing: they gave Rarity like brushable hair, but none of the other masks. Like at least on the figures they all have brushable tails, but the masks only Rarities has the only brushable hair.
Because
So
Rarity's the only
that's
one that
where
deserves to be fabulous.
So that's where all the hair went last week.
Shut up!
Where's the link to this?
It's in the news.
Nope, you duplicated a link. I'm trying to find it now.
Yeah, you put the Gameloft game one twice at the end there.
Did I? Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
It happens. This happened to everyone. I'm trying to.
There you go. Sorry about that.
Play to the rescue. We have the correct link. We know how to do our jobs.
Mostly.
That's strange.
Yep.
I see.
And-
So you got.
And the image tells us to go back. Go
What?
back from whence you came.
What image are you looking at? Oh, you mean like just because it looks weird?
Wow, yeah, the Rarity
figurines
does
look
have
nice.
a brushable mane, and it does look weird.
Why
She
is she the
also
only one with the
almost
brushable
has a
mane?
face even for me.
And she doesn't even have her horn.
Oh, I think maybe it's buried, but
Wait a minute.
why
No,
is
it
she-
is not buried. It would stick out.
Twilight doesn't know. She's like a weird little.
Well, you
blob.
have to keep in mind they made
Twilight
this.
looks like a literal piece of shit.
Where did that come from?
I'm sure she's talking about the horn. Look who showed up! It's the Aussie horn! Hooray!
Oh, actually, does kind of look like a poo. I see. Hello, Starry.
Time for the world to burn.
That's me.
We haven't had you for ages. Welcome back.
My internet sucks.
The internet's been evil, more evil than you.
And with that, the news is over. The triangle's complete, and the world
Oh,
is
shut up.
saved.
There,
No,
there
yes,
is
no.
the triangle.
Yes, the triple
No.
threat.
And now we're going
I
to
feel
have
like Zai and Starry just think I'm the only threat.
we're gonna have a quick music break. We'll be right back.
Here on Celestial Radio, all pony all the time, except when it's news and freaking creepy ass masks.
The poo horns.
Wow.
And we're back. Hello. Well, I'm going to talk about a couple things, and then we're going to switch to cards because we don't really have anything else to talk about. And yay.
Because it's been a while.
I don't know, Perks. I'm 33 years old.
Happy birthday!
Oh yeah, Fanny just had her
is it
birthday.
today?
It was yesterday, but
Are we gonna have to sing?
no.
Okay,
I don't like the traditional birthday song. The only one I like is the Pinkie Pie version.
that's what I mean. Are we gonna have to sing that?
Oh, I
No,
like
not
that
everybody.
song.
Not everybody knows the words.
Oh,
But,
good. I'm raising my hook that I don't know them either.
Good.
Oh, really?
I know. Oh, I know
What a
them.
shame.
I know them. Just nobody else does. But on the bright
do.
side,
Song.
I did.
The Make a Wish.
Make a wish, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
It's been a long
wish,
time.
it's your birthday
So, but
party.
here's the question: Who, out of people who know it, who knows the second verse from like the extended version?
Oh,
I feel like not
snap.
everyone has heard that. I love the second.
Started out great and it just got better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the
It's a
extended
cute song. I
version.
love it.
Anyway,
We are on, aren't we?
yeah,
Yes,
we
we are.
are.
So
For
let's-
people who are curious, just briefly before everybody gets in their bullshits and stuff, I'll share my bullshits. My birthday was awesome. I got lots of gifts. My boyfriend got me a lovely engagement Nintendo Switch. I'm sorry, not engagement, but you know, I am prepared to marry a man who will give me a Nintendo.
Yeah, I agree. I'm straight, but I would be prepared to marry a man who gave
So-
me a Nintendo Switch.
Hang on. What if instead he got you that SNES Classic, which is even harder to get? Because it's
No, I don't want that.
I find those a waste of money.
I agree.
Yes,
I'm honest. Well, that's because you can get the ROMs online.
Yes.
Anyway, so he bought me that, and as part of I bought my cake, and as part of my obvious obsession with ponies, it was a Pinkie Pie cake from Publix that came with a figurine, and I love
Yay.
it. So yes, I got the cake I always wanted. I've got an awesome, cool thing from my boy, along with other great things from work and family, and life is. Well, it's certainly a hell of a lot better than it has been in a lot of years. Although, yeah, last year with getting Freddy Fazbear plushies and a couple other things from friends was absolutely lovely too. At least this year is 1,000 times better.
I'm really jealous. I really want to see it. Like holy crap so badly. I just want to play Breath of the Wild already. Come on.
I was resigned to never getting one. He got it for me.
Let me know how you do with the right Joy-Con.
Huh?
Because of where the placement of the stick is. Because that's causing a lot of people's hands to hurt because of where it is.
Well, I'll figure it out.
'Cause it's
Anyway,
so small.
Anyway, my bullshit's is done. Your bullshit now, Squirrely.
Okay, my bullshit. Okay, a couple things. First of all, I honestly can't remember if we talked about this last week, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. Coming out, I believe, in November, some new Funko figures will be out. Not the Funko Pops, but actual Funko blind bag figures of the old Disney Afternoon characters.
Oh.
Be coming out in December. So I'm going to get me a Gadget, and I'm going to try to get me a Darkwing and a Goslin, and possibly a Webby. I will be
Speaking of
very, very
merch,
happy.
I've got a question because I noticed something at one of the solo-owned toy stores, but I haven't seen it anywhere else. I'm curious if you Americans have got it. Have you got the movie squishies?
No.
No, because I've seen Sea Pony ones, but only at this one store, and I was curious if you guys have got them earlier or not. Looks like three of
I
them
always wanted to get some of
are
those
ponies
squishies. I
and three
saw
are sea
them.
ponies.
I'd never heard of those, but I saw them in a catalogue in Argos, and I wanted to get some. But if they got movie ones, I definitely wanted to look for those.
I would
I
be
need to get
tempted
more
to
merch so
if not for the
badly.
fact that I've already got the ones that are in pony form, and I don't want to risk it. And I don't want to
Wow.
cheat.
Oh,
You
Cheat,
can
like
cheat, but
getting
it
them.
takes like an hour.
Yeah.
cheat how? Oh, like getting the blind. Are they like blind bag
You
things?
hold it
or-
up to the light and you try and peer through the holes to see what
Oh.
color the pony is. And
Oh,
this
so
is
these
an
are these are
individual
like
store, so the lights aren't
boxes
even that
then.
great. And it's right by the front, so they can see you cheating.
Well, anyway, moving on to other Hasbro properties. The Hasbro online-only show Hanazuki is wonderful. It is written by the awesome Dave Polsky, who's written for Ponies and Powerpuff and Sonic Boom and
Goodness.
I want to say maybe a little Steven Universe.
I wanted to check it out. I just completely forgot.
But it is very much in the same vein as Ponies and Steven Universe. It has very, very interesting art style. There's a lot of bloom effects going on.
I like me some blue.
They also, everything has a 8-bit chiptune kind of feel to it. There's a lot of old 8-bit sound effects being used for a lot of things. Even the fire has a little bit of a pixelated 8-bit look to it. And
Cool.
it's, in my mind, a lot like a Western anime. With the fact that it starts out being all cutesy and bubbly and colorful, and then as the series goes on, it starts to get a little darker and a little darker. Not death dark, but still just like, oh god, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Did they really do that?
Yeah. Basically, the premise is Hanazuki is a moonflower who is basically a moon child who she has a moon to protect from the big bad, which is a giant black mass of something that
Death.
that'll take over a moon and basically turn it to dust. And there are these little dreamers, which are these little baby type characters in little costumes that drop off these little what would you call them? I guess they're
Treasures.
treasures. And basically throughout the episode is she gets the treasures, and they first start out as they're just kind of white. Everything, of course, being as how the style is, everything has little eyes on it everywhere.
Everything.
Everything has little eyes.
I like that sort of aesthetic.
But basically, she gets a little treasure, and throughout the episode, as the episode goes on, the end of the episode, she gets, when an emotion comes out, that you can tell she gets an emotion by the color of her hair. Her color of her hair will change based on her emotions. Whatever the treasure that she has in her hand will grow that same color. She throws it, turns into a thing of goo, and out pops a treasure tree, which is basically a giant tree with a bunch of those treasures in that color. So if she's experiencing fear, then it'll glow yellow. If she's experiencing love, it'll glow pink. Blue is sadness. Purple is determination. Like lime
What you
green.
have in your pants? Determination!
Yes.
Shouldn't red be? Shouldn't determination be red?
And red is
yellow.
red is anger and aggression. And every moon has a different Hemka creature. Her moon has rabbits that are all based on the color. So there's a red rabbit and a blue rabbit and a yellow rabbit and so forth.
Because of the rabbit in the moon?
Yes. And they can like shapeshift and change colors. Further on throughout the series, she meets other moonflowers that also have their own moons. They're either devastated or just completely gone. She tries to help them get their moons back in order. And those have different Hemkas. Like there's a unicorn Hemkas and there's sea otter Hemkas. because there was a water moon, and it's just it's a very, very good show that everyone needs to go see. You can see it for free on Hasbro's YouTube channel, and also they use Vocaloid for the theme song. So they use,
Please tell me that's true.
yes, they do. They use
Yeah,
Vocaloid.
actually it is.
Yes,
Vocaloid
Oh, God.
theme songs.
I don't really listen to Vocaloid, but okay.
I like the fact
It's
that the main
just all it
character
is a program.
Well, yeah. There's like a ton of them.
Just a program who wants to integrate into our society by pretending to be human and singing songs for our amusement.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? They had a whole holographic concert with a Vocaloid.
Yep.
They did, yeah.
With Miku.
Did you say ew?
What?
Go.
It sounded like Grace said. It was like ew.
No,
No, I
you
said
said
No,
the name.
Miku.
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 I should.
And I know her name. It sounded like someone's like ew, holographic concert.
And there's the detective.
Holy
I
shit.
know.
and
Yep.
Everybody's in house.
Before Shirley comes on, I'm just gonna say one more thing.
So we hear.
I started watching it because I was bored. Shirley, I'm talking about Hanazuki, another Hasbro show. So I pointed it to my friend of mine because I got him. That's how I got him into ponies and everything else. And so the next day he goes, "I've watched the entire series. I watched the whole first season." I'm like, "Wow, you latched onto that real quick."
It's like something that's like really common. I think they made a joke about it in Lucky Star, but it was like people who you recommend things to always end up getting more hooked than the person who did the recommending.
Well, it was funny because Squirrel posted the link, and I actually watched it over 2 days. I mean, I couldn't put it down. It was like, wow, this is just cool.
It is. Just the art style is just everything. Everything is just.
You know what it's
Color
reminiscent
everywhere.
of? It's reminiscent of like the old 60s and 70s blacklight stuff.
Yes.
You know, it's that very strict color palette.
There's effort put into this, clearly.
Yeah.
There is.
And like especially with the night, there's the dark. They go to the dark side of the moon where all of the bad creatures are, and just
Dark side of the moon looks. It looks like the dark side of the moon looks like whoever did like the old Beatles movies. Okay, like Yellow Submarine. It's that kind of rounded weird art.
So that's where the blue meanies come from.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
You know what? I liked one thing about this. She didn't. The one thing that caught me with the character is she starts out with like almost no memory.
Yeah.
Okay, she just is like created from scratch and has to figure it out. So, no, it was really kind of a cool thing.
It is. And like I said, the chiptune sound effects that they use just really it works. It really, really works. And what's funny is that as you keep listening to the episode and you hear those sounds, you're just like, oh, I remember that game. That's Centipede. It just, good job, guys. Okay, so we're gonna be right back. We're gonna do another quick, short music break, and we'll play cards. And I guess that'll be it for the night. So. Off we
Listening
go.
to Celestia Radio you're listening to Tree Time on Celestia Radio, all pony all the time, except when 1, I flub out the outro, and 2, Squirrel is too lazy to do a show, and we play cards instead.
We have nothing else to
I
talk
see
about.
nothing wrong with that.
And with that, cutie, we are done for the night.
Yes, we are. On that bombshell, it's time to say goodnight.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.
We have an episode tomorrow, right?
Yes.
See you
Yes.
tomorrow when I have to host for the big episode.
Yes,
with
it's-
discussion.
See you tomorrow, and we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
That means watch it, damn it.
Or
Watch
spoiler.
all of the episodes.
Bye-bye.
Your final say?
Yes.
From all of us here at Tree Time, this is Miss Rarity saying, just remember at night to lock your doors, because Celestia knows who's out there at night.